easy, and elegant. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Today we're going to make something that is just so cute, and we only need 2 pieces of 12 by 12 and 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11. What are we making? We are making this. I'm going to flip to my overhead camera so that I can give you a closer look. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's our simply beautiful, elegant project that we're making today. It has an acetate opening. I think you can see that. When finished, this is 6.5 by 3.25, and it's 1 inch deep. What is it? Well, it's a beautiful little 3 by 3 note card set, complete with envelopes for the note cards. So very easy to make these. Very basic little blank note cards and coordinating envelopes. So this is one of those projects where you don't need a whole lot of material to turn out something absolutely gorgeous, something that you would pay a lot for in the store if you went to the store to purchase this. But y'all know us, we don't have to purchase it because we can make it. See how gorgeous that is? We have it sectioned like this. So we have our cards here and envelopes here. Here's what I'm using to make it. So I've decided to go with this gorgeous blue. I have a piece of 8.5 by 11. From one sheet, I'll be able to make 2 envelopes, and I'll show you how. So in order to make the 4 envelopes that would go with this set, you would need 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11. Then I have 2 pieces of 12 by 12. One of my pieces is double-sided so that the inside of our box can have that finished look. And then this is a single-sided piece that we'll be using to make our note cards. Now you can use these as note cards, you can use them as tags, however you want to do it. All right, so I've brought in my scoreboard, and this is going to be the outside of my project. When I print my 12 by 12s, they print with a border, a white border along the edges. It's a 1/8 inch border. And for this particular project, I am going to remove it. Ordinarily, I leave it, but I am going to remove it this time. And we're going to trim this to 11.5 by 8.5. We're going to save this part because we will be able to use it on the inside of our box. So on the 8.5 inch side, I am going to score at 1, rotate to the opposite 8.5 inch side and score at 1. Then I'm going to turn it to the 11.5 inch side, and we're going to score at 1, at 2, at 5.25, at 6.25, at 9.5, and at 10.5. So those are the scores that we need to be able to make the box. So in case you missed it, on the 8.5 inch side, we scored at 1, rotated it, and scored at 1 on the opposite 8.5 inch side. Then on the 11.5 inch side, we scored at 1, at 2, at 5.25, 6.25, 9.5, and 10.5. So now I am going to fold and burnish all of my scores. Let's fold and burnish. And then once you have all of your scores folded and burnished, we're going to have corner pieces, top and bottom. We'll have 2 corner pieces. So we need to go up to the second score mark and drag straight down and drag straight down over here because we want to free that tab. And then we can reduce this and we can angle cut that. Same thing over here. Let's reduce it in size and angle cut. So your piece is going to look like this. Now we'll turn it this way. We'll go to that second score mark and do the same thing. So we're going to cut straight down to free the tab. And we can reduce this and angle in. We can reduce this piece angle in. And now your piece looks like this. We now have these center tabs here. We need to free these tabs by going up to the first score mark, cut straight down, cut straight down. And then we can angle. And I'll just angle on both sides. It's not going to hurt anything. Do the same thing on this side. Go up to the second score mark and cut straight down, cut straight down, angle, and angle. So now we have our piece like this. Y'all, I am going to just angle these two end pieces on the long side because that'll make it easier to fold these in. So I am going to bring in my glue and we're going to take these pieces and we are going to glue these pieces together. There's actually a step that I forgot about, but it's not too late. We'll do it now. All right, so what I forgot to do is I forgot to add the opening for my acetate window. But we can do that on this end. And I'm just going to put this in like this. You can use a die cutter for this part if you like, but you don't have to have one, as you can see, because I am simply going to trim this out. Just going around, cutting out. Like that. Then I have some acetate that I've been working with, and I'm going to cut out a piece that is 2.5 by 4.5. The template for my opening was 2 by 4, so I'm going to cut my acetate piece out at 2.5 by 4.5. And so now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, run my glue as close to the edge as I can. And we're going to put down our acetate window. So now I'm going to take this, bring this back in, and put down my acetate window. I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to help it to get stuck. Now you can see that I got a little bit of my glue on the window. My paper towel is wet, so it'll wipe right up. But what I am trying to do is to make sure that when I am pressing down, I'm pressing away from the window. So there is that beautiful acetate opening. So now we can finish putting this together. So even if you forget a step, you can go back and fix it. So now I've placed some glue right in there. I'm going to fold over. I'm going to go in and get this nice and stuck. So now I'm going to take my glue, place it on this tab here, and this tab here, and we're going to glue that together right there. I think this blue is just absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to do this. I know a lot of you have ordered the digital papers, and so you have this blueprint in those papers. So you can make one that looks similar to this one as well. So now I'm just going to add some glue to my little tabs here. and my tab here. Smush it around, getting it nice and stuck. And we'll do the same thing over here. Let's just get that nice and stuck. Get those corners nice, tight, and crisp. And I'll just go in, burnish to make sure that I have everything the way I want it. Now I'm just going to add some glue on this part here, and we're going to fold it over. And that is how easy it is to create our beautiful, beautiful box with that acetate opening. So now we can take our lid and we can fold it over the top like that. So I think that that is adorable. Now, I'm going to bend it back a little bit. I want to go ahead and add my little insert piece. And so we saved this piece. So I am going to take this piece and we're going to trim it to 8 7/8. And let's see what this is. This is a little bit larger than 3, so we're going to go with that. I don't want to use any fresh paper on this. We're going to use what we have. So we're going to make a score at 3 1/8, at 3 7/8, and at 4 5/8. So where that middle score is, you're simply going to fold. We're just going to take our glue, place glue, fold that center piece, and then we simply fold these two pieces out. But I do need to make sure that I have that stuck. Now I'll open. I'm going to place some glue right there in the middle, and then I'll place some glue on both sides. Take this, we'll put it in, and I think that that is just beautiful. So we're going to get that stuck. Blue heart if you think that this is beautiful. I do. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So now we have our box. We close the lid. You can see how gorgeous that is. Imagine putting some decorative soaps in here. You can put some tea in here. You can put chocolate. So many little things that you can put in it. Today, we are putting mini note cards and mini envelopes in ours. So we're going to make our note cards, and y'all, it is not going to take long. I am going to trim away the white border on my paper. If you're using a 12 by 12 that's borderless, you don't have to do this, but I'm just putting 4 cards in mine, so I don't mind sacrificing just a little bit of this paper to be able to get what I'm going for. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it at 3. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it at 6. So I have this piece that's cut at 3 by 11 3/4. I am simply going to cut it at 6. Then I have this strip that is 11 3/4 by 6, and I am going to cut it at 3, and I'll be able to get 3 from this piece. So now I'm going to take my stylus, and on the 6-inch side, we just score all of these at 3 inches. And that's how easy it is to make these sweet little mini note cards. I think that they are adorable. And I think that you will think so too when you make some. Find some papers that you like and use those papers to make your cards. So I am just going to go over these just to really burnish. And using this quilted paper really does give you a very unique look to your card. No two cards are the same. which I really like. And I think that out of all the ones I just did, now this one is my favorite, but I like them all. So I'm going to open my box. We're going to take these, put them in the box like that. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your envelopes. So we're going to take the 8.5 by 11 inch piece, and we're going to cut out two pieces that are 5 1/8 by 8.5. And then on the 5 1/8 inch side, let's score at 1. Rotate to the opposite 5 1/8 inch side, score at 1. Let's turn it to the 8.5 inch side, score at 3, and then score at 6 1/8. For the purposes of this video, I'll only do one envelope, but you only need two pieces of 8.5 by 11 to be able to make your 4 envelopes. So now we're going to do what we always do when we're putting together envelopes. We're going to notch out so that we can free that center tab. And then I will cut at an angle when I'm cutting down, cut at an angle when I'm cutting down here. Didn't quite cut all the way through. There. And I'll do the same thing here. We're just going to free those tabs. That is our adhesive flap. I'm going to take my scissors and just round my ends of my tabs. If you have a corner rounder, you can use that, but I am just using my handy dandy scissors. So I'm going to put this together using my tape, but you can use glue for this, and the tape runner will hold this because it is a lightweight scrapbook paper. So I put some tape there on the adhesive flap, and then I'm going to add some tape to the widest portion, which is the portion that we fold up and over. And now we have an envelope to go with our 3 by 3 note card, and you're able to see that we have a good fit on this. So I will make the rest of my envelopes off camera because I know that my sister's going to take this to give as a gift to one of her doctors. So that will be fine with me. But y'all, that's how easy it is to make this sweet little box using really just one sheet of 12 by 12 to make the box. And then we used additional paper to make what goes inside. But if you're looking to make a really cute window box using some acetate and you want to put something other than paper in yours, you want to put soaps or something like that, this is a great box for you to use. So I hope that you have found this video very helpful, and I hope that you have enjoyed this project, and I hope that you will give me a blue heart. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what you're going to get, and this is how you're going to get it. So I would love to have you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful crafty friends, y'all please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.